about it, scream and shout it. Go ahead and let it all out. No sugar coated, keep it 100. That's what the show is about. So we gon' keep it crackin', make you feel real good, start dancing. Cause it's all about you. The Wendy Elle Show. Hey, the Wendy Elle Show. We gon' get it in, oh yeah. The Wendy Elle Show. We'll talk about everything, yeah. The Wendy Elle Show. The Wendy Elle Show.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
All right, welcome back to the Wendy Elle Show. She is a motivational speaker, an author, and an entrepreneur. She is the founder and owner of Destiny Consulting and the Sunshine Organization. She's also been featured on the Trinity Broadcasting Network. Please help me welcome my friend, Alisa J. Henley. Hey. Dang, Chef cut it kind of early, didn't he? Thank you, Miss Alisa, for joining me on the show. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. Y'all, I've been knowing Lisa for some years now. I love what you're doing. Okay, so people are like, what is she doing? What's she doing? All right, well, first, like I said, she's an author, speaker, entrepreneur. I have personally witnessed some of her workshops and seminars that she's done, and her business basically focuses on building faith-based organizations.
Yes, exactly.
Why are you using your business and your time, your energy on faith-based organizations?
Well, probably because I'm a church girl, but I do have a for-profit business, Destiny Consulting, as you mentioned. I was doing some work for the city of Springfield, and in the process of doing that work, I said, Lord, what I'm doing for businesses is got to be able to bless the church.
Hello, somebody.
And unfortunately, churches do not take advantage of opportunities for training, strategic planning, growing their organizations like businesses do. So I want to be instrumental in helping to translate what businesses do to make them profitable to what churches do to make them grow.
All right. So y'all clap it up for that. Y'all could clap now. Now, I was going to ask you that because I think it's so important, it's so crucial to have those biblical principles and also mesh the business principles as well, especially in the church. I think sometimes we lack that, and I'm pretty sure you have encountered that as well. So my question to you is, why is it so important? I know you ran across pastors or leaders that say, hey, we don't need all that business stuff. This ain't a business. This is God's work. This is ministry, right? So why do you feel like it's so important to do that?
Well, it's important because even though Jesus wasn't really into numbers is important. Mm-hmm. And Jesus is about increase. God is about increase. He's not about decrease. Mm-hmm. And in order for us to increase, we have to apply some of those same things. And the thing that we need to understand and know about biblical principles is that biblical principles work. It doesn't matter who apply them.
Right.
You can be saved or unsaved. If you apply the principle, it will work in your life. Right. So if we know that there are proven principles out there that businesses have employed to help them grow and to help them monetize and to make money and become profitable, why wouldn't we apply those same principles in the church?
Right. And a lot of times we always separate ourselves, it seems like, but we can definitely benefit from that.
Well, church is about business. We collect money, right? We distribute money. We pay bills. All of those things. Faith-based organizations have to do everything that non-faith-based organizations have to do.
That's true.
So why wouldn't you apply those same principles?
Yes, thank you for that. All right, so on your website, you have this list of ministry topics that you offer. You have this list of business topics that you offer. What would you say is the most popular topic that you run into?
Mostly leadership, as well as what do I do with this 501c3?
Oh, Lord.
And growth, church growth.
Okay.
And we do work with other nonprofits besides faith-based, but mostly faith-based.
Right. Now, leadership leadership skills, leadership development is so important. I was talking to my husband last night, and he had mentioned, because he was kind of acting like you, I was talking to him about the questions. And he kind of said a lot of times in church, we appoint people in leadership positions, and they're not equipped. They're not ready. We just think because they say, oh, I have a passion. God told me to do this, and God. And we do that, and they're not even a leader. They don't have that personal development yet. Yeah. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I have a lot to say about that, but I'll keep it short and brief.
Yes.
Just like we train people in public sector, my background is in human resources and organizational development. Mm-hmm. And just like when you train someone to assume a position as an employee, mm-hmm. you have to do that same thing in church. Yeah. You have to do that same thing in faith-based organizations. Mm-hmm. And they won't hire you for a job unless they feel that you are a good fit. Right. Meaning that you have the right temperament, mm-hmm. you have the right personality, mm-hmm. that you bring the right skill set. Why wouldn't we do that in the church? Because what happens is when you put someone in a position, whether it be a leadership position or a non-leadership position that they are not equipped to handle, then that's when you have the breakdown in communication. Exactly. That's when you lose people. Yeah. That's where you have the fallout. Yeah. And so we have to be more careful about, or should I say, more intentional mm-hmm. about putting people in positions that's a good fit for them. Yes. More strategic. Yeah, you use leader on down, yeah. Leader on ship down. Yes, because it could affect the whole church. Give it up for that. That was awesome. It can
Thank
affect
you.
the whole church. It can.
Yes. All right, now you are an author, honey. You wrote some books and stuff.
I have.
And your latest book is called Dig Deep, Build High.
Right.
I love that title. So I want to kind of read some of the excerpts from the book and kind of get your perspective here since I have you live in person.
Okay, that'll be
and I
fine.
want you kind of to explain or dig a little deeper.
Okay.
See what I did there with the title? And tell us what you meant by that. So in the first chapter, you mentioned you have to be able to accept rejection. That is a key characteristic. Rejection. We all hate that. Yeah. But why would you say that?
Well, I said that because everybody won't see your vision the way you see it. Mm-hmm. And as you begin to share and solicit people to help you bring it all together, they may not be accepting of all of your ideas. They may not be accepting of all of your thoughts, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. Because I have a saying that I run with those who run with me. Oh. So for those that reject the principles that I bring to the table, or the skills that I bring to the table, or the information that I bring to the table, that's fine. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that it wasn't good information. It just means that you weren't willing to take advantage of the information. So in essence, they rejected what I offer, but it didn't stop me.
Right. So don't let rejection stop you.
Don't let rejection stop you. And I want to say something about fear as well, because everybody gets fearful at some point, especially when you talk about starting a business. I left my full-time job December 4th, 2004. Don't
you remember the date?
I remember the date. Yes, I do. I remember the date that I gave my notice as well. Uh-huh. And I walked out, and I decided that I am going to become a business owner. And I did that. But of course, when I began to live that vision, I got a little fearful. I had a lot of courage when I left, but somewhere down the line, fear began to set in. And in my first book I wrote, Catch the Vision, Stay the Course, I talk about how fear is real. Yeah. Because in church they say, God haven't given you the spirit of fear. I know that he hasn't, but it's real. How do I deal with it? So I tell people it's okay to be fearful. Just don't let fear decide for you.
Right. Wow. Thank you for that. All right. And then you have this chapter when you make your side hustle your main hustle. Yes. All right. And you say, although there are some challenges to having a full-time job, a side hustle, so having a job and a side hustle, there are some hidden benefits as well. What are those when you're juggling both at the same time?
The hidden benefits is that one of the main benefits is that you never know what's on the inside of you until you step out and you begin to do it. Wow. So if you work a mainstream job, I applaud you. I did that for a number of years. That's the American way. But I would not have known what was in me if I had never stepped out and started Destiny Consulting. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. When I was working full time, I did employment and employee relations day in and day out. And I like to say that I got pigeonholed into that position. So I tried to apply for other positions, and they said, well, we have a manager of employment, and well, I don't want to really do that anymore. I went to other departments in the company that I was working for, and I asked them, could I maybe job share? Because I needed to learn something different. Those doors weren't open for me either. So then I decided, well, I'll just branch out on my own. And in the process of doing that, I never conducted training before, never really done any public speaking before. And a young lady that I know by the name of Cynthia Stotler at the time, she's gotten married, she asked me, Alisa, I have a contract to do some leadership development training. Would you like to partner with me on it? I said, well, I've never done any training. Do you think I can do it? She says, well, you have the perfect personality for it. And I took her up on her offer. I did it a couple of times, and I said, wow, I'm kind of good at this. And now people call for me all over the United States to speak for them. And who would have thought a little shy girl from St. Louis, Missouri would be before people speaking to them, and who would have thought that someone would actually contact me and say, hey, you spoke at such and such, can you come and speak at my event? But it was all born because of the opportunity that was provided for me at that particular time. So the benefit is that I found out there is greater in me.
Wow. Wow. All right, in that same chapter, you say when you leave your job, which you mentioned earlier, always, I kind of added 2 extra always, but leave in a way where you can return if need be.
Right.
Why did you say that? Why can't you just cuss everybody out and just walk out and leave?
Absolutely not. You never know who you might need in the future.
Right.
You never know who path you will cross in the future. So you don't ever want to deliberately close any doors. I left my job, and it's 14, 15 years down the line, but if I wanted to go back, I believe that they would accept me back.
Wow.
So you never know what life will bring you, and so you don't know where you'll end up. So you don't ever want to put yourself in a position that when people see you coming, they drop their head and turn their back saying, I hope she doesn't say anything to me. So do everything with grace.
Yes.
Leave with grace. You don't have to say, I'm starting my business, I'm out of here. You don't
Forget
need to
everybody.
do that. You just need to leave with grace, because one of those same people that you leave or that you quit working with, those might be the people that might decide to invest in your business when they see you going.
Yes, thank you. So this book obviously have a lot of jewels. Where can people find the book and support you?
Well, I have a personal website, www.alisahenley.com, and that's ALISAHENLEY.com. You can order from that website. You can send me an email. It's just my name, Alisa@AlisaHenley.com. You can find me on Facebook under Alisa J or Arthur Alisa J. Like my page. I look forward to communicating with you via any form of social media.
Well, thank you so much for being on the Wendy Elle Show. I really appreciate even our personal relationship. You've been a mentor to me, and you have done, I've seen God do so many things for you, and especially how you're serving the church and the community. I really appreciate it. So please, y'all, give it up for my girl, Alisa J. Henley.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, we have a special treat, y'all, coming up, so please don't go nowhere. We're still watching.